Okay. Well, who shows up for these meetings generally?
Well, if I go by my own, well, there's actually significant overlap, I think, between who shows up on your channel and who shows up on the Discord server and who shows up for the conversations and who shows up for the real live events, because I've had my own Jordan Peterson meetup group for several years now, and I would say that there is a kind of a pattern there, and I think it's probably the same as the pattern that you encounter in your sphere. But it's church people with bigger questions than the average church is prepared to answer or willing to talk about. I mean, there are some questions. We had a ministry fair, and we invited some people from the church to contemplate, joining an estuary, and it would include such questions as, okay, well, if it turns out that there really is no archaeological evidence that Moses ever existed, what difference does it make for my faith? I mean, there's an if clause there. We don't know if that's actually true, but that's the word on the street that, oh, maybe Moses never existed, So, and then other parts about the origin of the Bible. I mean, the fact that Jordan Peterson was able to attract such an enormous audience talking about the Bible from a non-Christian perspective. He himself doesn't even admit to being a Christian, but he has some tremendous depth of insight from a psychological point of view in the creation story. For example, the whole thing between Cain and Abel and the snake and all these metaphors and symbols that he sees as archetypes. And those are the kind of things that once people engage with that, they would like to talk about that with somebody. Not every church is ready and willing to do that because it often raises more questions than it provides answers. So, and not every pastor is willing to do long form videos like you are to kind of help sort that out. And then the second group would be the nuns and duns who they're what's your religion, none, and what is your relationship to the church? I'm done with the church, who nevertheless have a need for community. I mean, you know that group of people as well. And then there is all kinds of people who are part of the Jordan Peterson millennial effort to sort themselves out, and the buckos who are trying to take some new responsibility for their lives, who want to move out of their mother's basements, and who want to really even make a meaningful contribution, make some sacrifices, and make a meaningful contribution to responsibly contribute to society and to the world. And they too are looking, to expand their intellectual horizons a little bit, and to become part of a group of people that share their enthusiasm and their newfound initiative. So.